Hey, I'm Zanzlanz, and welcome to my 2017 projects video. Before I talk about my plans for 2017, let's take a look at how things went with my plans from last year. Banana. Then maybe I'll announce a brand new project? I had a busy first half of the year. I made a demo for a game called Rogue Among Robots with pick and lots of lights. At the end of the year, I worked for Lots of Lights again to create a little game called The Valley. Other than that, I didn't officially release any new games, nor did I participate in Ludum Dare at all during the year. This is partially due to a difficult school schedule, but also because I was spending a long time on February Album Writing Month. It's an event that I participated in for the past 3 years, where the goal was to make 14 music tracks during the month of February. Well, in 2016, I ended up spending 6 months working on the album. During the time, I started around 40 tracks, spent around 10 hours on each track, and I ended up with 16 of them finished. In the end, I released a brand new album worldwide called Vintage Powered, so that went well.
Everybody growl.
On the other side of things, I wanted to finish and release a bunch of tracks that I started in 2015. Unfortunately though, I never got to them, not even the next SpongeBob remix. At the end of the year, I just ended up starting a bunch of new tracks again. So in terms of game development, I did manage to get Mindblocks 1.28 out in October. Its features include potions, some new mobs, and balloons. It was also a step in the right direction for my overarching plans for Mindblocks, which I'll talk about later in this video. My other projects didn't really see much progress. There's nothing new with Lab Lights 2, Mindblocks 2, Dubnia Studio, Maze of Mist, Ants Code, Icy Dungeons, all that stuff. Spike Tower's doing alright though. I got replays working and I spent a lot of time redesigning iconology concepts for the interface. The game looks pretty much the same though, so nothing too new to show yet. So that was a short review of my year in 2016. You should check out my 2016 recap post to see everything that happened during the year. But now it's time for the future! Seeing how music took away so much of my time last year,
6 meses.
I'm deciding to not participate in February Album Writing Month, to give me plenty of extra time to work on more important projects. There are 5 of them, 5 main projects that I plan on working on this year. There's probably more than that, but one of the projects that I would like to work on is learning Haxe. Haxe is a great way to create games that run on a bunch of platforms at once, including Flash, HTML5, mobile, and desktop. This transition is how I'll likely stop relying on Flash, in the case that browsers stop supporting it. So I would like to start using Haxe to create my games. Then I can also make native desktop and mobile versions of my games. Of course, one of my projects is to update Mindblocks this year. In order to transition Mindblocks to Haxe, I need to separate all graphics from the logic. In the last update, I made this change to projectiles already. This made the code run faster and also allowed for projectiles to stick to things. So these changes will make the game way more flexible while also getting it ready to be ported to Haxe. So what will be changed next? In 1.29, all mobs will be converted to this new format, so mobs will get some cool new features in the next update. In later updates, the block data and block behaviors will need to be converted. Then it's on to all entities, particles, backgrounds, and user interfaces. So, a lot. In the meantime, I have a whole list of amazing features to add to the game. And I can't believe that Mindblocks is going to be 6 years old this year. It's growing up so fast. Alright, so the next project is to work on Mindblocks 2. I was going to do a small translation update last year, but one of the translations was never finished, so nothing got done. This year, it would be nice to actually finish that up, maybe add a couple more items, and put out a 0.7.1 update. I also think it would be great to have Mindblocks 2 coded in Haxe. And thankfully, once I learn how to do it properly, I could port Mindblocks 2 to Haxe without needing to convert a ton of the code. Then, same as last year, I'd like to work on mob AI and multiplayer again. The next project is Spike Tower. I would love to release this game this year if I have the time. Despite how simple the game looks, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, but it's starting to come together, and I'm really looking forward to it. The next things to be coded are the inventory and a bunch of stuff relating to replays. What game characters, or animals or anything, would you like to be able to play as in Spike Tower? Write your ideas in the comments, because I'm making a list. Okay, the last project on this list is one that I'm currently working on. It's something I actually haven't officially announced yet, so here's some early development footage of the game. Introducing Frisbee-O! It's an MMO browser game about throwing frisbees. Seeing that everyone is a target, your goal is to hit other people with your frisbees. It's just a fun thing that you'll be able to join in on whenever you want. I'd like to release an alpha of this game during the first quarter of 2017, and we'll see how it goes. Last year, this YouTube channel went from 6,000 to over 9,000 subscribers. So thank you. And on that note, I hope you have a fantastic 2017. See ya.